Wow, can you believe it? The latest 1.5 update is finally coming to mobile. Enjoy this ultimate spoiler-free preparation guide. I'm sure you have already done this by now, but to get started with the latest update, you will need to either restore the community center or purchase all of the community development projects through the JoJo mod. Completing one of these is crucial and must be done before you can even start preparing for Ginger Island. After completing this milestone, Willy will send you some mail and will request some resources to unlock and restore a boat that will allow you to travel to Ginger Island. You can't just magically teleport there yet. Without spoiling too much, head over to the secret woods every single day and collect as much hardwood as you can. Since we can only obtain 12 hardwood per day unless we are using the forest farm, it could considerably delay your Ginger Island adventure if you do not have the hardwood ready, so just make sure to be prepared in advance. Next, you will need to stockpile some iridium bars and battery packs. Battery packs are easy enough to get, just craft some lightning rods and wait for a stormy day. Remember that if you do happen to use a rain totem on a stormy day, the following day will also be a stormy day, and you can chain that forever and get a crazy amount of batteries. For iridium ore, just duplicate as many jades as you can using Crystalleria. Trade those jades in for staircases at the desert trader on Sundays and head into the skull cavern. With a couple hundred staircases, you will be able to skip a bunch of floors and get deep enough to find more iridium ore than you actually need. You should also buy some seeds from Pierre. There's a very important quest on Ginger Island that will request you to grow a bunch of seeds from the first 3 seasons. I won't spoil why, who or what crops you will need to grow, so buy a couple of every type of seed from every single season. That is a lot of seeds, but you're going to need them. Plus, it will help with perfection anyway. This tip is going to save you a ton of time. If you miss a seed in spring, you will have to wait an entire year to buy that seed again, halting your progress. So buy those seeds. Okay, this next tip is going to be very hard to prepare for, but it'll be worth the effort. Try your best to find as many prismatic shards as you possibly can. Before the latest 1.5 update, prismatic shards were only used as gifts or to get your first galaxy sword. But in this update, prismatic shards are extremely important. Prismatic shards are kind of game changing now, and you are going to need as many of them as you can get. There is no guaranteed prismatic shard grinding technique, but your best bet will be to just mine as much iridium ore as possible and find as many treasure floors in the skull cavern as possible. Each time you mine an iridium node, there's a 4% chance that it will drop a prismatic shard. Those are unfortunately the best odds we are going to get. Another quick tip, try and collect at least 3 of every type of valuable gem in the game. Rubies, emeralds, amethysts, get them all. You might need them in the latest update for something really fun. Rings in general are going to be considerably upgraded in this update, and you will now have more use for different rings. Try and complete as many of the monster eradication goals as you can, as many of them will reward you with a ring. Most of these rings have really fun and useful effects, but it was often hard to validate using them when compared to some of the other rings. This update will fix that, so collect all of the rings, and when you get access to this update, you can then decide what to do with your ring collection. This next tip is going to be a huge time saver. If I knew this, I would have saved an immense amount of time. Befriend Robyn. Get Robyn all the way up to 6 hearts and watch a 6 heart cutscene. You'll then be rewarded with the recipe to craft a flute block. The flute block is this weird item that makes a sound when you walk past it, and you can also tune it to make different sounds. This simple little silly item is very important for Ginger Island, and the only way to get it is by befriending Robyn. So give her some goat cheese and get that flute block. After you have progressed through Ginger Island, you will be able to sleep on Ginger Island. But until then, you will need to somehow leave Ginger Island and make it to your bed before 2 AM. This can be really challenging as there's a lot to do on this island. To make your life easier and to reduce the risk of passing out and losing some gold, I would recommend crafting up some work totems or purchasing a return scepter if you have the gold for it. This can and will save you in those tough situations. You might not expect this one, but Ginger Island is one of the best places to make millions of gold with bee houses. Be sure to purchase some fairy rose seeds in fall and keep them in a chest somewhere. Then craft as many bee houses as the game will allow you. You can fit more than 300 bee houses on Ginger Island, and they will continue to produce flower honey forever. Remember that Ginger Island has no seasons, so those fairy roses will work there forever and will produce high value honey forever. Bee houses take a ton of resources to craft, so this should keep you quite busy while you wait for the update to drop. Good luck with your Ginger Island adventure. Watch this video here if you want to learn how you can get more than one greenhouse. But for now, I will see you in the next video.